Awe-inspiring and unforgiving, the summit sits at 29,029 feet, the cruising altitude of many jetliners, where people go to live out their wildest dreams and test themselves. Not everyone leaves their life on the mountain, but those who survive often walk away scarred by images for life. Adventure tourism. With Mount Everest as its backdrop, it's an incredible economic opportunity for Nepal. This presentation will suggest how they should better manage their social media channels to better market themselves as a sought-after destination, addressing the many dangerous and negative images emanating from the mountain. Nepal, squeezed between China and India, situated in the valleys of the Himalayas, a fourth world country, one of the poorest alongside Haiti, challenged by constant political changes and corruption. Recently impacted by 2 disastrous earthquakes, Nepal's economy has dropped to an all-time low. Tourism is the largest industry, the biggest source of foreign exchange and revenue. Possessing 8 of the 10 highest mountains in the world, it's a hotspot destination for those seeking adventure. Tourism adds $471 million a year to the economy. Comprised of 3 elements: physical activity, cultural immersion, and a natural environment. From 2016 to 2020, the global adventure tourism market will expand by 46%. In 2015, it generated a staggering $7.8 trillion in revenue. How can Nepal further tap into this global market? On May 29, 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa guide Tenzing Norgay became the first climbers to reach the summit of Everest. Imagine if they could have tweeted their accomplishment or gone on Facebook Live, allowing the world to enjoy the moment with them. A marketing home run. The Nepalese Tourism Board manages a website, has a Twitter, Google+, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and YouTube account. Activity is decent, but traffic is low when compared to other destinations. The board needs a better strategy and the funding to grow their community, thus generating value for its economy. Being more strategic, Nepal would build a community of adventure seekers and thrill junkies. These people are tribal, they speak their own language. To better target their campaigns, the board needs to speak to the experts, to know how they behave, what are their needs. The key is turning these junkies into a volunteer marketing army. This is Conrad Acker's A Legend's Gear Room. Gearheads and thrill seekers, to entice them is to make them feel the rush, show them the extreme and dangerous places, make them taste it. By using legends, it better drives home the message, stimulates a response, a call to action. In the decision-making process, how well does Nepal rate? Inspiring, they have Everest. Planning, left too much to outside operators. Comparing, operators take large margins. Transactions are done from the outside in. Travel, need to invest in infrastructure. Post-travel, a picture tells 1,000 words. Nepal needs to gain control and clean up its act. Nepal used to attract 800,000 tourists a year. After the quakes, it fell to 545. Contrary to public perception, the earthquakes did not affect the whole of Nepal. With a better crisis management strategy, they could have fixed the facts. Nepal Now was launched. Too late, getting ahead of a crisis could have saved their tourism economy. Nepal Now, as safe and secure as ever. With user-generated content, personal experiences shared on Nepal Now and social media, posting pictures with I am in Nepal Now garnered only 16,000 followers on Instagram and 12,000 on Facebook to date. There's a clear timing and reach issue. Anything that happens on Everest can adversely affect it as a destination. Negative images, criticisms surface on social media first. Negating, counteracting these is crucial. It also hurts the ability of Sherpas to earn a living. Bad for business, best to be prepared, anticipate, something is bound to happen. The death of 16 Sherpas, the disposable men, rekindled the debate about the Sherpas' dangerous work and low pay. Western guides can make $50,000 per season, Sherpas earn $4,000. Still far more than the average monthly salary of $48,000. Without them, Everest does not function. Nepal needs to recognize this fact, take accountability, and act. $100 US to climb. With this kind of money at stake, a limited climbing season creates life-threatening traffic jams. Everyone remembers this image. It went global. Nothing has changed. From 2008 to 2017, the number of permits has risen from 160 to 373. It's a cash grab. Greed leads to danger and bad press. Summit fever, the compulsion to reach the summit at all costs. David Sharp, a British climber who took refuge next to Green Boots, was left for dead by 40 climbers. Someone needs to explain why, in simple language, with empathy and remorse, accepting responsibility. Save me, Canadian climber told Sherpas. She summited but died on her descent. She had spent too much time in the death zone, over 26,000 feet. Inexperienced climbers, who have no business being on the mountain, pay and climb. She paid the ultimate price, her life. Drawn to the mountains for their beauty, purity, and ruggedness. As humans, we are exceptionally good at ruining things. In the US, a leave no trace policy exists, strictly enforced. Everest has become a dump. Between the garbage and human excrement, the mountain is quickly losing its luster. Russell Bryce, Conrad Acker, Gabrielle Philippi, a Canadian, are Everest legends and influencers. Bryce is most famous for the Discovery Channel's Beyond the Limits series. These men have a lot of influence on the mountain and on social media. The board needs to maintain close ties with them, and their accounts need to be monitored. Nepal has all the raw goods to become a mecca of adventure tourism, a major windfall for its economy. With the proper use of social media, a plan, a strategy, and funding, it would A, allow them to control the flow of information, and B, to market itself or recruit others to do it for them. The potential is there. They just need to act, and quickly.